Hi everyone, welcome back to our second Grow video of the day. We are going to be looking at our creating stage now of our Grow learning. So let me share my PowerPoint with you and then we can look at our learning objective for this part of the lesson. So you have just spent some time working out where it is you would like to live, whether it would be Australia or whether it would be in the UK. So now we're going to use that opinion that you've made, and you're going to use some of your persuasive writing techniques you've been learning to create a persuasive letter based on your own opinion. That's your learning objective for today. So you're going to create this, you're in your creating stage. So your first success criteria is, I can use persuasive techniques to form an argument. Success criteria 2, I can justify my point of view. And success criteria 3, I can convince the reader of my point of view. So, first of all, we're going to recap our persuasive techniques. Can you pause the video and see if you can remember the 4 different persuasive techniques we've been learning about? Off you go. Right, technique number 1. Rhetorical questions. Now, do you remember rhetorical questions are where you write a question in your letter, but you don't actually expect the person you're writing to reply. You just want to provoke their thinking in their heads to help them to be convinced of your point of view. Number 2, the power of 3 or the rule of 3. So where you use 3 adjectives to describe something to create an image in the reader's head that's really powerful and will help them again to convince them of what you want them to be persuaded of. Next one is repeating the main idea. So one way that we can help to persuade people is to keep mentioning the same thing. It needs to be the main thing that we want them to be convinced of. So if it's that we want them to move to Australia, then we might want to repeat that a couple of times in our letter. And lastly, alliteration. So writing a phrase or maybe a whole sentence where each word starts with the same letter or sound. So those are your persuasive techniques. So we are going to use those to complete our task for today. So I would like you now to use your opinion that you have come up with from doing your good plan and bad plan to write your own persuasive letter convincing me where would be the best place to live. So if you think it would be better to live in Australia, I want you to write a letter to me convincing me why I should move to Australia, why that's a better place to live. Or if you think it's better to live in the UK, I'd like you to write a persuasive letter to me convincing me to stay living in the UK and that that's a better place. Because I have to say, after watching both of those videos, I feel like going to Australia and I feel like going to travel all the way around the UK, seeing those amazing things. I can't decide where would be a better place to live. So when you're doing this, just a few things to remember. So remember to include the features of a letter. So I wonder when you write to me whether it will be a formal or an informal letter you choose to write. Whichever one it is, remember to include the right layout with the right features. You need to remember to include the additional features of a letter. So don't forget to still include normal questions, statements, exclamations, commas in a list, apostrophes, all those sorts of things. And lastly, remember your 4 persuasive techniques. Remember to use these 4 things in your persuasive letter to make it as convincing as possible. So that is your task for today. So can you please now go off and write your persuasive letter? I hope you really enjoy writing it and I can't wait to read them and see if I am persuaded one way or the other. The good thing is that even if you persuade me to move to Australia, I still will be your teacher until the end of the year because there's no way I can travel anywhere at the moment. So don't let that be a problem in which way you want to persuade me. So good luck. I look forward to reading them. And this is my final video tutorial of online learning. So I'm going to go and celebrate now by eating a big chocolate cake. See you all back at school. Bye.